says DSS. Human error leading cause of road accident in Anambra, says Governor Obiano. Make indigenous languages compulsory in schools, educationist tells government. On the 2-3 after, holders Nigeria starts fighting the French campaign is today. Good morning and welcome to the news. I am Jonah Oji. The Department of State Services, DSS, has confirmed receiving the court order on the release of Omoyele Sowore, convener of the Revolution Now movement. The Federal High Court in Abuja had granted him bail, but after fulfilling the conditions of the bail, the secret police did not allow him leave its custody. In a statement on Friday, Peter Afunanya, spokesman of the DSS, said while the agency has received the order, no one has visited the DSS to take delivery of the activist. The statement stated that the service under the leadership of the Yusuf Magaji Bichi as the Director General is not a lawless organization and will never obstruct justice or disobey court orders. Senate has thrown its weight behind the $10 billion Train 7 project investment in the nation's gas sector, urging Nigerians to actively participate in the project. Chairman of the Senate Committee on Local Content, Senator Teslim Gabe made this indication in Abuja after a presentation by the Managing Director of the Nigerian Liquefied Natural Gas Limited, Mr. Tony Atta. Atta, according to a statement by the Senior Legislative Aide to Folarin Bamidele Ajibola, had told the committee that the Train 7 project will expand gas production capacity in the country by 35%. Folarin said that the Senate is committed towards ensuring that Nigerians are active participants in the gas sector. He says that the committee is delighted at the expansion of the nation's capacity, which he said will be constructed by the SCD consortium, comprising Saipem, Chiyoda, and the WU. The senator stressed that through this foreign direct investment on the project, the gas sector and the nation stands to witness unprecedented benefit. Governor Willie Obiano of Anambra State has identified human error as the leading cause of road accidents in the state. Obiano made this known on Friday at the ongoing 2019 Ember Month Safety Campaign organized by the Federal Road Safety Corps in Onitsha. Theme of the campaign is Road Safety is a State of Mind. Road traffic crashes is absence of the mind. Stay alert, stay alive. Obiano said road traffic crashes and fatalities like they have been experienced in the state do not just happen. They are majorly caused by human elements. He said that the state government has set up a committee to investigate and come up with lasting solutions to the incidents of fire outbreak due to road traffic accidents in the state. An educationist, Mrs. Adebipe Olalekon, has called on government at all levels to make indigenous languages compulsory in schools. Olalekon made a call in an interview with newsmen in Ilorin on Friday. She said that local languages has a way of reviving and protecting the culture and cultural values of any society. Olalekon said some students will do better with indigenous languages than English. She urged other state governments to emulate the Yobe state government by teaching and making the indigenous languages compulsory in schools. The women wing of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) in Imo State has commended Governor Emeka Ihedioha for approving the automatic employment of 4,000 teachers in the state. The state PDP women leader, Mrs. Mariah Mbakwe, gave the commendation while addressing newsmen on Friday in Owerri. Mbakwe, who commended the governor for the mass recruitment, says that the employment is in fulfillment of one of his major campaign promises. She commended Ihedioha's prudence, integrity, transparency, and accountability, prompt payment of salaries and pensions of workers, as well as execution of capital projects across the state. Mbakwe also lauded the governor for putting security measures in place, adding that Ihedioha's effort in the area of security has reduced crime at a very low ebb in the state. The managing director of the Nigerian Ports Authority (NPA), Hadiza Bala Usman, has given an assurance of the agency's determination to ensure effective service delivery to all Nigerian ports. Bala Usman reaffirmed the commitment in a statement signed by Mrs. Adams Jato, General Manager, Corporate and Strategic Communication (NPA) in Lagos on Friday. Bala Usman gave the assurance while receiving members of the House of Representatives Committee on Port who paid working visits to NPA. She was represented by the Executive Director, Finance and Administration, Mohammed Bello Koko, at the event. She said that the authority is working to reduce the dwell time of cargo at the port and embrace multimodal transportation through the use of locomotive trains and barges. Bala Usman said that the multimodal transportation will also help in the evacuation of cargoes in and out of the port to the hinterlands. Also, the chairman of the committee, Mr. Garoba Mohammed, told stakeholders that the essence of the visit is to avail the committee with the workings there. Mohammed said that the committee would also find out ways that the House could enhance port operations. Air Peace Airline has taken delivery of a Boeing 737-800 NG aircraft. The plane is a 160-seater aircraft comprising 16 business class seats and 144 economy class seats. Disclosing this to newsmen yesterday, the corporate communications executive of the airline, Mr. Stanley Olise, said the aircraft is glad to announce the acquisition of another. The airline is glad to announce the acquisition of another aircraft, which is a 160-seater B737-800 new generation aircraft. He said this will help to sustain domestic and regional operations. He also reiterated the resolve of the airline to spread its operations across the length and breadth of the country to ease the burden of travel within the country and the West African sub-region. Still to come on the news, more calls to end crimes against journalists. Experts speak on causes and prevention of blood pressure types. Over 100 reported to EFCC over local content law breach. These and more just after the break. Stay tuned.
Do not deface Abia State with posters. Do not defecate on our streets. Do not litter Abia State.
My brothers, I say wetin man go do for this world where people no go talk. If you chop,
Do not urinate in public places.
you no chop, dem go talk. Wetin make you do for this world? I say, make we dey do the things wey we carry for heart. Na so one want am. Abi no be so?
Keep Abia State clean. This message is brought to you by MCLtv.
Welcome back, and we now go to our Omaha studios where Chitachi Chukwuaja is standing by for more stories. Chitachi, good morning.
Good morning to you too, Jonah, and welcome to Umuahia. Further calls have been made for a collective action to end impunity for crimes against journalists, especially in Nigeria. These calls were made by journalists in Umuahia on the heels of the 2019 International Day to End Impunity for Crimes Against Journalists, which had the theme, Keep Truth Alive. Emmanuel Razzo has details.
When journalists are targeted, societies as a whole pay a price. Without the ability to protect journalists, our ability to remain informed and contribute to decision-making is severely hampered. Without journalists able to do their jobs in safety, we face the prospect of a world of confusion and disinformation. Those were the words of the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres on the occasion of this year's International Day to End Impunity for Crimes Against Journalists. Interestingly, a recent report by the UNESCO suggests that the past 12 years has seen more than 1,000 journalists killed for reporting the news and bringing information to the public. It goes further to say that in 9 out of 10 cases, the killers go unpunished. Nigerian journalists have their own share of this dilemma of impunity for crimes against journalists, in that a good number of them have paid the supreme price over the years in the line of duty. Unfortunately, these deaths have remained unresolved as no one has been held accountable or punished for them. It is on this premise that journalists in Umuahia have joined their voices in calling for the end of such impunities and crimes against them.
One of the hazards of the profession is the natural association of the profession. You know that every profession has its and this is what we see in this profession as a journalist. From time to time, after the encounters, what do you do? It doesn't stop you from doing your job.
The impunity against journalists is very much unacceptable. Journalists are almost the people who tell the law of what is happening. Their job is so important. So they should be respected. They should be applauded and respected. And they should also be protected. We are looking for all of our governments to protect journalists.
There is, however, a note of caution to the journalists themselves in the discharge of their duties.
Somebody can stay in his house and post anything gathering to the evidence of journalism. And when such a person runs into trouble, they start shouting that the journalist has been nabbed, the journalist has been arrested, the journalist has been thrown to prison. Whereas that person could only be a blogger or whatever they call themselves. So we have to distinguish who is a journalist or who is not a journalist.
In the midst of these calls, there has been the atmosphere of arbitrary arrests and detention of journalists like Albert Jalingo, Jones Aberi, or Moyele Shore, to mention a few. to condemn all attacks against journalists and media workers. The theme for this year's event is Keep Truth Alive. Emmanuel Wazwe, MCL News.
The Minister of Communication and Digital Economy, Issa Pantami, says he has sent over 100 people to the EFCC for interrogation. The minister stated this on Thursday when members of the Association of Telecommunication Companies of Nigeria paid him a courtesy visit in his office in Abuja. He was making a case for patronage of local content in the country. Pantami said that the interrogation was for non-adherence to local content law of Nigeria while he was the Director General of the National Information Technology Development Agency. According to him, he suspended many projects while heading the NITDA because of lack of patronage of local content. Pantami assured the ATCON officials that his ministry will work with them and all other professional bodies to develop the industry. 894 students of the Nigerian Law School had failed in the final bar examinations conducted in August 2019. The Council for Legal Education disclosed this on Friday in Abuja. The council also said that 4,425 students who were successful in the exams will be called to bar from 26 to 28 November in Abuja. In a statement, the Director General of the Nigerian Law School, Professor Issa Sulema, said that out of the 5,689 students who took the examinations, 4,425 were successful, 319 had conditional pass, while 894 failed. Sulema added that 2.58% had first class, 13.03% has second class offer, while 5.61% of the students had conditional pass and 15.71% failed. The National Identity Management Commission has raised concerns over the low coverage of Nigerians in the identity development of the country. The NIMC Director General and Deputy General Manager Aliyu Aziz and Mrs. Uche Chimbo in their separate presentations said this in the separate presentations at the press conference in Abuja. The officials noted that only 38 million Nigerians out of over 180 million have been captured in the meantime. They lamented that despite the huge financial investments by the federal government to facilitate the process of registering Nigerians, the process was still suffering serious setbacks. She attributed the problem to a number of factors which she said had been delaying the commission from delivering properly on its mandate. High intake of salt, lack of physical activities and lifestyle have been identified as some of the causes of high and low blood pressures. These are the opinions of some medical experts as they provide insights on the ailments and their preventions. Precious Ezibu has details. According to medical experts, blood pressure is a measurement of the pressure in human arteries during the active and resting phase of each heartbeat. It can lead to severe health complications and increase the risk of heart disease, stroke, and sometimes lead to death. Dr. Gochiko Nwemera, a consultant public health physician, talks about high blood pressure.
Blood pressure is the pressure or the exertion the blood exerts on the blood vessels as it is pumped around the body. So when the heart contracts, it's what we call systolic blood pressure. When the heart relaxes, it's called diastolic blood pressure.
He attributes the causes of the disease to lifestyle, age, high intake of salt, among other things.
As one increases his age, the tendency for the blood pressure to increase is there. The reason is that the blood vessels are no longer as flexible as they ought to be. So the heart pumps under pressure. It has been linked to the way our bodies or kidney handles salt. Before menopause, men are more likely to have high blood pressure than women. But after menopause, the occurrence is about the same. There's really because of the mainly shedding of blood in women as a result of their menstrual cycles. If one consumes high salt intake, additional salt, the risk of high blood pressure is high, and then if somebody smokes, the risk of blood pressure is high, then in some cases, excessive intake of alcohol.
For the prevention, Dr. Weber advises that individuals should engage in physical exercise and reduce the intake of salt and alcohol.
But the modifiable risk factors are like what you eat. If you are smoking, you can choose to cut down your smoking. And then consumption of high-fat diets that affects our blood vessels and so on. Eat more of vegetables and fruits, and then live a more active life, engage in physical activity more.
But in fact, Dr. Shiv Duzin Madokal, the Holy Medical Center Omaha, talks about low blood pressure and prevents it.
Low blood pressure is blood pressure range below the normal value. Sudden blood loss, most times when they call thyroid, not really thyroid, just not mention that part of their presentation could be causing low blood pressure. Now, other things that can cause low blood pressure, heart failure, and any other cause of what we call the development of shock.
The physician noted that oftentimes people are not aware of the status of their blood pressure. It is for this reason that they advise that keeping blood pressure under control is vital for preserving health. Precious Easy, MCL News. And on the horizon now, U.S. President Donald Trump says he wants to raise the minimum age for the purchase of e-cigarettes from 18 to 21 as part of the plan to curtail youth vaping. President Trump, however, said he was concerned about the impact of regulation on business, which is a sign that the administration is considering stepping back from a previously announced complete ban on flavored e-juices that are popular among adolescents. He also added that a policy to that effect would be announced next week. The administration announced in September that it would soon ban flavored products, but it appears lobbying efforts by the vaping industry may have changed that position. The vaping industry is facing unprecedented scrutiny amid a mysterious epidemic of lung conditions linked to e-cigarette use that has killed 39 people and sickened more than 2,000 in the US in recent months. And that's our contribution this morning from Omaha. Now back to the Jonah in about for the rest of the news. I am Uchetachi Chukwaja.
Thanks very much, Nchetachi Chukwaja. And now sports. Group B action of the Under-23 African Cup of Nations Egypt 2019 kicks off at the Cairo-based Al Salam Stadium when Nigeria faces Cote d'Ivoire in a thrilling West African derby. The Olympic Eagles of Nigeria start their campaign defense against Ivorian Elephant, CAF says on its website. Nigeria wrote history when they became the first ever African side to claim Olympic gold in Atlanta 1996. The class of Nwankwo Kanu, Jeju Okocha, Daniel Amokachi, Emmanuel Amuneke, and others famously overcame Brazil in the semi-finals, then Argentina in the final to mark new history of African football. Nigeria has since then added 2 more Olympic medals, silver in Beijing 2008 and bronze in the last Olympics, Rio de Janeiro 2016. The Olympic Eagles were crowned champions of the second Under-23 African edition 4 years ago in Senegal. And to end the news this morning, a second look at the major stories. The Department of State Services, DSS, has confirmed receiving the court order on the release of Omowole Sowore, convener of the Revolution Now movement. Governor Willie Obiano of Anambra State has identified human errors as the leading cause of road accidents in the state. An educationist, Mrs. Adebimpe Olalekon, has called on governments at all levels to make indigenous languages compulsory in schools. Group B action of the Under-23 African Cup of Nations Egypt 2019 kicks off today at the Cairo-based Al Salam Stadium when Nigeria faces Cote d'Ivoire in a thrilling West African derby. That was the news, and thanks for watching. I am Jonah Oje. Have a good morning.